Okay, I was reading this and I came across this part um, dealing with the labyrinth. I just picked the page and just turned to it. That's what I landed on. This exact page. In Scandinavia, there are hundreds of labyrinths of different sizes. Before I continue on, let me show you what book I'm in. Yet again, inside the night side of the rooms, Udoruna and the Gothic Kabbalah by Thomas Carlson, PhD. They were used in certain cultic ceremonies. They are called serpent stones. They are not labyrinths in which one might get lost. There are two main forms of labyrinths. The most common has a path leading toward the center where a slightly larger stone is placed. One walks the same path in and out of the labyrinth. The less common labyrinth is one long serpentine path that brings one in and then out again. We shall here focus on the more common labyrinth. It is constructed for dance, trance states in combination. These serpentine paths include a hypnotic influence and represent the brain and consciousness. The labyrinth is constructed on top of any of an energy vortex where there is a gate to the other side. The labyrinth symbolizes hell or hell and the underworld. Death and birth. This is a picture of the labyrinth, which is what? The brain. Okay, and you see the eye right here, which is not the third eye, which is the first eye, because we're only having a human experience in these physical bodies. So the eye is the mind, and the mind is the pineal gland. The pineal gland controls the brain, which is just a muscle, and the brain controls the body, like the muscular parts of the body. Okay, so the mind is the seat of pineal, as they say in the Bible, or the pineal gland. Death and birth. To enter the center of the labyrinth is to re-enter the original womb. To walk out of the labyrinth symbolizes birth. It is a very powerful magical act to enter the center of the labyrinth and meditate there. It is a way to contact Hyle and to be initiated in the secrets of the rooms. The exit will then represent rebirth. In the Nordic cult, a young woman was often standing in the middle of the labyrinth. The ones who entered the labyrinth were supposed to save her and bring her back. The ones who entered the labyrinth were supposed to save her and bring her back. Let me start this over. This is a way to contact Hyle and to be initiated in the secrets of the rooms. The exit will then represent rebirth. In the Nordic cult, a young woman was often standing in the middle of the labyrinth. Okay, as when I was reading this, you go across some things, some ideas come in your mind. So I remember I had this comic book recently that I had read, the Thanos comic book. But I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, this comic book, the Thanos comic book. Um, Thanos wins. You can find this at online at Amazon.com, or you can go to your comic book store around the way. If they don't have it, they can order it for you. You know they can. Yeah, they should most likely have it there. Okay, as you see right here on this part, Thanos is actually facing himself. So he's finishing off Quicksilver right here. But I'm gonna get right to the part once he finishes him off. Um, and then it was done. The last Titan stood over the body of a shattered angel in a church built for their greatest love. For one of them, it was the end of an unwanted journey. There, your great foe is dead. Now send me home. So this is an older version of Thanos, an older version of him, because they were traveling through different parts of time and different parts of universes. Because with the death of the fallen one, King Thanos had given his mistress everything he could possibly give her. You know, the mistress is what? Death. And right here, I noticed once the Hulk had popped up and hit Quicksilver, he had hit, well, as you see the footing, right? As you see like a long road. And so the foot at the rose, right? And Quicksilver is falling into what? The Death Angel. Boom. Okay. And so you go forward. It's almost like this as the smoke from the Death Angel with the sickle or death was coming. And like once it hit, it actually opened up like the energy to come because it actually killed. Because Thanos was on the journey to kill everybody. I haven't watched the movie yet, but I'll probably most likely check it out one day soon. For one of them, it was the end of an unwanted journey. There, your great foe is dead. Now send me home. For the other, it was the sweetest day of his never-ending life. So Thanos can't die. So, do you hear me, old man? You will. Shut up and look, boy. Because with the death of the fallen one, King Thanos had given his mistress everything he could possibly give her. And lo, on a blackened earth, at the end of everything, there was death. As you see in the distance right here, death, right? Dressed for a wedding. This is one of the arts they had made for this. This oncoming battle with Thanos going to face himself, his younger version of himself and the older version of himself. I'm gonna get right to this part. Get back to the other book, but I just wanted to show a point because I had an idea in my mind. These are the final days of Thanos. You have witnessed in the telling of this tale, every single moment of consequence in the mad Titan's life. You have seen the cruel birth and the merciful death of his foolishly brave black right hand. You have seen his ascension to godhood, his final foe, brought low by two pairs of his own hands. You have seen all of this, and you have seen the emptiness that it has brought him. As you see death right here, in the form of a woman. A Thanos at peace. My lady, you came. So he was ready, he was waiting for this day. So indeed she has. But why has she stopped? Why does she not come further? What more does she want? Boy, careful what you know. This is enough, no more. I grow tired of your games. I can only imagine how tired he is of them. What more do you want from me? Why will you not relent? Speak to me. As you see, he's irate. We have given you everything that you wanted. There is nothing left to kill. What more could you? Oh. And it comes. I have to kill you. This is the younger version of himself, and he must face his older version of himself. That's why you brought me here. It was never to kill the surfer, was it? You've given her everything else in creation, but that's it, isn't it? We have to die to be with her. Like everything else, yes. And if Thanos must die, no one kills Thanos but Thanos. I don't suppose you'll make it very easy. Would you? So they're gonna do battle, but as you see, like I was reading that, I'm like, maybe the person that wrote the three people that wrote this version of this comic book, this was a special edition because this is the Cosmic Ghost Rider is in this. But it's gonna be another version of it later after this one, too. Also, so as you see, they go to battle. Um, I'm gonna get right to this one part. He's like, he was begging him to come on, kill me. Why are you walking away? Because the younger version was getting the best of him. And he said, he said, come and finish what you started. He said, you want to die, do it yourself. And he took like this necklace from around him. As you can see, like this green emerald around his neck. He said, what are you doing? This gem is broken. He's like, well, let me get right to it. He's like, I'm going to erase you one way or the other. So he actually, okay, I'm gonna go right here. Your Ghost Rider was able to he charged the stone. The Cosmic Ghost Rider charged the stone, yes. If only there were a herald here now. So he was able to take, when they killed the Quicksilver, able to take that stone and able to use it through the Quicksilver to send him through another portal to the point where he says, it means that I have all the time I need. I will not kill you, old man, but instead I am ash. But until I am ash and bone, I will work without end to deny you. I will never become you. I will erase you one way or the other. And so he leaves, and that's the only way. If he leaves, so what did Thanos do? He won. He was able to do it without killing him and go into another dimension, another galaxy or whatever through that. So and he finally got it. See now, you see the rose? That rose at the foot of death. So she's death. Don't you see, my love? We are still here. The boy, he did nothing. I am meant to be. We are meant to be. And with it, the end of everything together. Because you see, the answer to your little riddle is simple. My lady, why do you look so? How will this marvelous universe of ours arrive at its bloody and inevitable end? Oh, you aren't dressed for a wedding, are you? He's done it. He's erased me. My love before I am lost. Tell me, what did he do to be rid of me? What did Thanos do? He won. So he was able to not become, like, you have different versions of yourself. So you do not become like that version of yourself. It's almost like the movie The One, when Jet Li was killing all those versions of himself to become the best version of himself. And he was like right here, when Thanos was facing himself, he said, I will never become you. So like another version of yourself, you're becoming the better version of yourself. The more you delete different parts of yourself that you feel like the worst part of yourself. So I'm gonna get back to the book. Okay, show you where it correlates at. To walk out of the labyrinth symbolizes birth. It is a very powerful magical act to enter the center of the labyrinth and meditate there. This is the way to contact hell and to be initiated in the secrets of the rooms. The exit will then represent rebirth. In Nordic cult, a young woman was often standing in the middle of the labyrinth. The ones who entered the labyrinth were supposed to save her and bring her back. This theme can be found in many myths and in magical systems where the divine spark is symbolized by a woman trapped in the middle of matter. Trapped in the middle of matter. Matter is flesh, or in the world. In the center of the labyrinth, there are possibilities to reach very powerful experiences of wholeness, to see the web of earth weird, the runes of the arm, and to release the soul. The path through the labyrinth can be compared to the initiation process of the Uthar. Okay, this is like construction of the labyrinth. Okay, construction of the matrix or the brain. Okay, so with all that being read and said, it's like an overview. Um, there's different parts of your mind to become the better version of yourself. Once you exit version of yourself, once you exit, you was entering into another version of yourself or the better version of yourself. It's like the saying says, trimming the fat to get to the lean part of the meat, the best version of the meat. So when you're ready to eat it, it's not a lot of um, filler. So it's the best part of. So you becoming the best part of yourself. And so when Thanos said, I would never become you, and so that's when that version of himself or the older version of himself was deleted because he won. And he kept moving. All right. And when she's death, that's why Thanos was killing everybody in the world. He was every superhuman or every mutant Thanos deleted. It was deleted because with death, it had to be done, and that's what something death wanted. And Thanos was still going to live forever because he lives forever, but he has to get through the older version of himself. He found a way he wanted to end himself, and so in order to end himself, he found a way to bring his younger self to his older self to delete himself. It's almost like when you look at Nyarlathotep and Cthulhu, or Asar when Asar becomes he has to become um, Heru, or Osiris has to become Horus. So when he becomes Horus, he becomes the younger version of himself. Same mythology. All comic books and movies are damn near mythology. So when you look at it, he becomes a younger version of himself, or really like more of a warrior of himself. So when he exited and left the older Thanos, he becomes a more. I can never become you. I would never be you. I would never want to become you. Same thing. That's why I say it's all going to correlate over time. And it's like I was sitting there reading. When I turned to that page, something just told me. I was like, when I came to that part, I said, I know it's perfect for this. An example. So, Ashe, peace, 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 Ashe. So if you don't get it the first time, you can rewind it and play it back, and it should make sense to you. So, all right, and plus I explained it afterwards, and rewinding it, bringing it back again, and actually studying it, it'll actually make for a better breakdown for yourself. All right, peace. Like, why is the video still playing? 8080.